He tells the people exactly what he did wrong and why it happened and all that kind of stuff. He doesn't try to blame it on other people. Are we going to stay organized? Are we going to stay on top of things? Are we going to be proactive instead of reactive? We don't really care how the numbers look this quarter. We care about how the numbers look 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now. We care about the long term. Hey guys, Austin here, and today we are reading this book right here, which is the Essays of Warren Buffett. It is by Lawrence Cunningham, and what this book is a compilation of a bunch of the letters to shareholders for Berkshire Hathaway that Warren Buffett writes once per year. And so in this book, you hear a lot about Warren Buffett's thinking process and how he goes about his investing strategy. And what's great is that this can actually apply to just our everyday life as well. And I absolutely love these points because they are simple and all of us can do them. So the first one is easy. The first one is to stay honest. Staying honest in both life and business builds trust. And in business, it ensures that everyone around you stays well informed. And honesty is great because it builds a community of supportive people, which is awesome. Because in the book, he's talking about a lot of times he's making absolutely amazing decisions, but a lot of times he's also making bad decisions that go sideways, and he takes full responsibility for them. He tells the people exactly what he did wrong and why it happened and all that kind of stuff. He doesn't try to blame it on other people. And sometimes I'm sure he's taking credibility for some of the things that go wrong that weren't even necessarily his fault. And because of that, all the people at Berkshire Hathaway are a major raging fan of Warren Buffett. Also the fact that he's made them a lot of money. And in the book, he says on page 38, at Berkshire, full reporting means giving you the information that we would wish you to give us if our positions were reversed. And so what he's talking about in this part of the book is that him and Charlie Munger, his business partner, they're very transparent about the stuff that they're passing along to people that are investing with them and in their company. And a lot of times at these big investment firms, information is withheld from the people that are invested in those companies. Now, the next key takeaway is that strong management matters. And not only does it matter, it is absolutely crucial for success. And great leaders make all the difference in the world. And if we can think about it from our own perspective, we are the managers of our own lives, and we have the opportunity to do good or to do bad. Are we going to stay organized? Are we going to stay on top of things? Are we going to be proactive instead of reactive? Are we going to read or are we going to watch TV? Are we going to eat fruits and vegetables or are we going to eat ice cream? All of these little micro decisions go into being a good, strong manager. And the more consistently that you can make solid decisions for yourself, for your business, for the people around you, the better off everyone is going to be. Now, the next key takeaway is to focus on long-term goals. And Warren Buffett is the perfect example of why we all should be focusing on the long term. And just about everything that Buffett does is really focused on the long term. He buys stock and then he basically just holds it forever, or at least for a very long time, or until markets change. And he's made a lot of mistakes and he talks about it openly in the book. But one thing that he has not made a mistake on is that he has consistently played the long game. And he says in the book on page 51, we can therefore ask our CEOs to manage for maximum long-term value rather than for next quarter's earnings. And what he was saying at this part in the book is that a lot of times people are focused on just making sure that their numbers look good on a quarterly basis when they have to provide out the reports and stuff to everybody involved, to the company, the shareholders, to everybody. And what he's saying in the book is that we don't really care how the numbers look this quarter. We care about how the numbers look 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now. We care about the long term. Because with Warren Buffett, it really doesn't just come down to these vanity metrics that a lot of people can sometimes go by. It comes down to how are things actually going and what's the truth behind the scenes. And the last key takeaway is to be wise with money. And this one is definitely easier said than done. It might not be easy, but at least it's simple. And he talks about in the book how it's important for us to be consistently analyzing what we're doing with our money, both in terms of business, but also in terms of just our personal life. And he tells us this because wise financial management makes it so that we can weather the storm. So if we ever go through a rough patch or we have a rainy day or we lose our job or something like that, if we've been wise with our money, if we've lived within our means, if we've saved a little bit, we're going to be able to go through some of those hard times a lot easier than versus if we had not been wise with our money. So the tips again are to stay honest, that strong management matters both in business and for our personal life, that we need to be consistently focusing on our long-term goals, and then lastly, we need to be wise with our money. I hope you guys like this video. I appreciate your time and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.